Jai Hind everyone. Myself Dr. Inderjit Kaur, working as professor in the Department of CSC at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. In today's lecture, we will be talking about project management for the subject Project Management and Entrepreneurship in the final year subject AKTO scheme. So in this, we will be starting with the meaning of project management, then what is the scope and importance of project management. Then we will be learning the role of project manager. In this lecture, we will be focusing basically these 3 points, and then after that in the next lecture we will be discussing the life cycle of the project, how we do the project appraisal, how we prepare the project proposal for the real time project feasibility, that is containing the technical appraisal, environmental appraisal as well as the market appraisal. So how can we define a project? Project, it is being defined as a scientific or a specific finite set of activity that produces an observable and measurable result under certain set of requirements. So we can say ki project is an activity that is when it is being given certain set of inputs and it is producing certain set of output. That input is means we are giving the certain set of requirements we are saying, and output is our whatever expected outcome that is coming or no. So project we can say ki it is an temporary endeavor undertaken to create a unique product or a service, or we can say the result. So it can be either a product in terms of, or it can be either providing in terms of well-defined service, or it will be giving us a defined result, expected result. So here the temporary word means that every project, it has a definite end. It has a starting time, it has certain time limit, and then after that time limit it will be ending. And unique here, it means the product or service, it is always being different from the all similar products that are already existing, services, it is being different. So we can say ki project, it is my unique process when it is being followed, that is consisting of a set of coordinated and controlled activities with their starting and ending dates. When they are being undertaken, when they are being coordinated and control activities, they are being done with the defined time. So they will be achieving an defined objective with respect to the requirements that are being specific and the constraints in terms of our cost and in terms of our resources, in terms of our manpower and whatever, all the things, all the input variables, either it is in terms of cost, in terms of manpower, in terms of other things, they are always being defined, they are being written. Then we have certain set of start dates, we have specific modules, every module has its certain starting date, ending date, and when they are being coordinated in a controlled activity manner, coordinated in a synchronized way, they will be giving us a particular output. So that output will be the result of my project. So I can say ki project is my unique process. When it is being coordinated, it will be certainly giving me the defined output. That output can be either in terms of product, in terms of service, or in terms of output. So if we say ki what are the examples of the project, so we can say ki if we are developing a watershed, that is also a part of project. Then we are suppose creating an irrigation facility, that is also considered a project. Then we are suppose saying ki we are developing a new variety of crop, so that will be also a project. So every project has a well defined date for the start and for its end, and every project has its well defined modules. Then we can say ki next project can be developing new breed of an animal. Then we can say ki developing agro processing center, then construction of a farm building, or sting of an concentrated feed plant. We cannot say ki only computer science engineering persons for the development center they will be doing the project. Even civil engineer, electrical engineer, electronics engineer, they also make projects. So that's the reason we have said project in its generic terms. It can be either in terms of product, in terms of service, or in terms of program that is giving the certain set of output. Then what are the characteristics of the project? So the various characteristics of the projects, they are being defined as, the first and foremost thing we start ki every project, it has a fixed set of objective. So this project, every project will start when and whenever the objectives are being finalized. Whenever the objectives are finalized, then and then we will be able to agree upon the certain set of requirements from the developer side, from the customer side, and whatever things are being finalized. So the project starts when the objectives, they are being well documented and they are being finalized. So this project, it comes to an end if all the objectives, they are being fulfilled or they are being attained. If any of them is pending or if there is the limitation for doing that, that will also be known to the vendor as well as the customer who has given the set of instruction to do the completion of this project. Then second, it is not an endless activity ki every time this project will be running. So we can say ki project is never a continuous activity. It has to come to an end. It has some certain set of timeline being defined. It has certain set of lifespan. Ki it will be starting at 10 and it will be ending for after 10 days. So after 24 hours, whatever is being defined, so it will come to an end. Its lifespan is fixed. Then third thing, we can say ki it will work with the teamwork. Alone a person, single person is not able to do the project. For every kind of project, it is done in a teamwork. So it needs a team to accomplish the various set of activities. Then fourth thing, every project is unique. If it has same set of input and same set of output, if it is being done before or it has a similar thing, that means this project should not exist. So all the projects, they are being unique in themselves. No two projects can have the similar set of input, similar way of work style, similar set of output. One of them will always be different. Means this is my input. If input is same, this is my processing and this is my output. So if I am saying ki process 1, implementing the process 1, it is one project. I will be giving it certain set of input. Some processing will take place on the processor set. Then some certain set of output will come in after certain amount of time. Right. So if this input is same, but the processing, we have changed the algorithm from merge sort to quick sort, then we can expect, means there will be certainly the different set of output, or it will run in a different manner, or it will take different amount of time. So everything cannot be similar, otherwise we cannot say ki it is a different project. That means these projects, they are not unique. So fifth is life cycle. The characteristics, life cycle. Like all the living organism, project starts slowly. So we will be starting with the definition phase. Likewise, when we are starting a new new task, we start slowly to understand it, to define all the terms. Then when pace comes, then we rush around. Then we start building up in the size ki how my planning should go. When we have understood all the phases, all the planning, then we reaches our peak. Means after then implementation phase start. So we started with definition phase, Then we understood all the planning means all the requirements are being freezed, understood, and now we are running towards the coding and implementation part before we reach final terminated means tested phase and implementing phase. Then made to order. Sixth characteristics is made to order means the customer will always decide the objectives, how they are being attained, how well they are being attained, and it will inform in which constraints they are being achieved, what will be the expected time, what will be the expected cost. Then next is my single entity. Every project, it is the responsibility of a single person or single entity, but there are many persons being involved in his or her team. They are helping this single entity for achieving all the defined project objectives. For implementing this project, we require, as we said, team. So, in that team, there should be multi-skilled staff, means the staff needed for the implementation of the project required by the project manager needs to have the updated wide range of skills. The skills can be in terms of technical skills, human skills, financial skills, negotiation skills, and many more that are being required time by time. Then next is subcontracting. This means subcontracting, it is practically unavoidable when we are dealing with the project management. That means if we are having a specialized knowledge or a workforce that is needed for a small very duration in the kind of a project, sometimes it becomes very difficult and costly to employ to attain. So, for a specific reason or for specific time bound, that can be hired from outside also, means consultancy can also be taken. Then we cannot neglect the most important activity, that is risk and uncertainty. Suppose we have defined, well defined in requirements, we have framed the time and we have framed the cost. It is not certain for sure that project will happen as per the objectives. So, we should also take care of the risk and uncertainty part. So, they are very risky as the activities they are involved. Sometimes they become non-retrievable. So, in that case, we cannot say that risk is unavoidable. So, it can be reduced further using various forecasting techniques or various project management tools. So, we can say that project management, it is a methodological approach for doing the planning and guiding the project processes. They are starting and then they are finishing. So, we can say that it is the method for doing the planning that starts with the project definitions till we achieve the goals. So, we can say that project management, it is the application of our knowledge, skills, techniques, how much technical we are. So, how we have implemented our skills to project activities to practically meet the stakeholders' needs and their expectation for the implementation of in their daily use. So, again we can say that it has the different methods or disciplines that are used to achieve the goals, that are used to monitor the task and resources, that are used to identify and resolve the issues, and then again to control the cost and budget for achieving the certain task. Then we are discussing regularly about the project, then project management. Now, we should know that if we are following the project management, what kind of benefits we will be having. So, the project management approach has the various benefits also. First, project management approach, it will help in handling the complex, costly and risky assignments by mixing various interdisciplinary approaches in handling all the assignments. Take the example of various R&D organizations. They always have teams from various departments, various heads, so as to include, so as to understand the project in various aspects. Then this project management approaches, it helps in handling the assignments in a particular defined time frame with our start and completion points. If we take the example, Handling the customer orders by the various industries, either online or offline, that involved in a production of large amount of capital goods. Then project management approaches, it provides the task orientation for a particular person in an organization to handle. Suppose we take the organization in IT sector, handle the software development assignments for the clients. Then these are the objectives of project management. First is our scope, then performance, time, and then cost. These are the four major objectives for the project management. Let us understand one by one. So we start with the scope. That means what are the expectations from you as a project manager and from our team. Suppose take the example ki if a civil contractor, it has always well defined scope ki all the civil, it should start with excavation, foundation, concreting, brickwork, plastering of all the walls and all the drawings that are being attached. So it is the scope of an example taken. Every project has it different expectations, means a different scope that is being expected to do as a project manager by the customer. Then second is the performance. A project is always expected to have well defined performance level. So if the project is unable to adhere to the desired performance of the customer, we will say ki it is not the successful project. Then third is time. If a successful project is one that is completed within the time limits that are being planned. So we will sometimes say ki my cost is also depending upon time. If my time span is increasing for any project, then definitely the cost of that project will also be increased. So cost, that is the fourth parameter. It is depending upon all the objectives that we have written above. Means cost is a function of PTS, where performance, time and scope, all the three parameters, they are increasing the cost also. So if any of them or all of them increases, we will say ki cost of my project is going to increase. What is the importance of project management? These are the different parameters in our recent times that are considered much important for doing the project management. First is rapidly changing technologies. In today's world, the technology is widely changing. Every 6 months, technology gets changed. Then high entropy of the system. Then squeezed life cycle of products. Rapidly changing the technology has is producing a large set of goods. Then after technology changes, then we can say ki it has squeezed the life cycle of existing products. Then new products come in the market. Then it has also impacted globalization impact of the on the products. Then large organization, customer focus. These are the major things that we need to understand ki why we should go so much of importance to my project management. So if we talk about the rapidly changing technology, as we said ki all the manufacturing or service organization, they have to cope up with all the technology changes that is changing rapidly, that has a big scope for project management. Then high entropy of the system means changes, they are coming very fast, so the energy levels are high, so we have to adapt with the fast changing world. So no organization can stick to the old things or systems. So any modifications or requirements, they leads to the need of project. Then third, squeezed life cycle of the project. As we are saying ki project life cycle, it is being squeezed to great extent with all the innovations, they are taking place at a rapid rate. Then globalization impact, all the producer and the service providers in the present world, they are being exposed globally. They need to modify their system of operations to match the global practices. Then large organizations, they are facing a difficult problem for the managing entire workforce and work division at the huge level to meet the objectives defined for the project. Then customer focus. Increased customer focus, they have also led the market in the recent time. So if we talk few years back, the cost reduction factor was the major formula for the success of this enterprise, but there was more emphasis given to standardization. So in recent years, customer focus has redirected the market towards customization. So we cannot say ki it is not purely the customization, it is more of the combination of my standards and customization that has led to the application of project management. Next is the tools and techniques for the project management. First is the project selection techniques, that includes the brainstorming, then doing the cost benefit analysis, and then understanding the risk and sensitivity of the project. Then second is the project execution planning techniques, that starts with the work breakdown structure, that is being written as WBS, then project execution plan, that is PEP, then project responsibility matrix, and then project management manual. Then third factor is project scheduling and coordinating the techniques. This task is being done by drawing the bar charts, by understanding the project life cycle curves, then understanding and drawing the line of balance, and then understanding PERT chart and CPM for doing the networking techniques. Then after doing the project scheduling, we need to monitor the project success or the progress. So the various techniques for measuring the progress, they are progress measurement technique, that is prompt, then performance monitoring technique, permit, and then updating, reviewing and reporting techniques, that is URT. Then project cost and productivity control techniques are there for defining the productivity budgeting techniques, then doing the value engineering, then understanding the cost and WBS. Then project communication and cleanup techniques, defining a control room and doing the computerized information systems comes under this project communication and cleanup techniques. Then how a project team is being defined? The project team is being defined consisting of the people with the defined roles and responsibility for completing the project. They have the varied skills sets and they are being assigned. They can be assigned full-time or part-time. They may be on-site or remotely as per the working of the system. Then this is my executive committee of the project. Then we may have defining the steering committee. Then there will be project director. He will be managing the project manager and project office. This project manager responsibility has he has the responsibility for understanding the various functional team leads, and every team leads is further handling all the team members. It is a example being taken for defining the project team. Then a good project manager, it delivers the project within deadline and defined budget that is being set by the clients, meeting even exceeding the expectation of the stakeholders. Then these are the characteristics of the project manager. First is the leadership. A good project manager, it will start the tone for the project, and it will have, must be having a clear vision about the objectives for the team. Then he will be delegating the tasks that are being defined to the team in a manner depending upon the efficiency of the all team members, and he will also be giving the focus on the updating the skills and strengths of his team members. Then communication, he will also be keeping the good communication as per the vision or to all the team members. Approach should be to make the decision and solve problems. Then empathy, as a team leader we need to have empathetic rather than sympathetic. Then organization, good organization is a key factor for creating a productive work environment as well as solving the problems under pressure. Then competence, being on the top of your project entails a vast amount of industry knowledge to be having the effective management for our defined project. Then integrity. So this word essentially means ki how loyal and how honest we are with respect to our defined task and with respect to our team and with respect to our organization. Then he must have the problem solving approach, being the leader of the team. Then collaboration. Every great project manager knows how important is my team. So he should be very dynamic for the smoothly work of our project. Then team development. So delivering the project within the time and budget, it is not only the stressful, but it sometimes crumble under the pressure, and he should be like positive thinker for the development of the team. So this was all about the project management, importance of project management and good characteristics of a project manager. Thank you.